Baliva.
Thank you, Lee, and happy birthday, Lee.
Thank you, sir.
All right. Happy birthday, Lee Hall, our PA announcer. Welcome out to Dozer Park. Those of you watching on MILB TV as well, I'm joined by our skipper, Chris Swauger. And nice off day yesterday. What'd you do?
Hung out with my wife. So it's really important
Yeah.
during the season to get that time because a lot of it's spent with these guys and at the ballpark. So I got to take advantage of the off day and work on that relationship so she doesn't divorce me.
That's important. And there's only one more scheduled off day until I think June 4th is we kind of hit this grind right now in here in May. And we've got some added double headers in there from the weather we went through in April. And obviously nothing we can do about that. We just play what's in front of us. But when you do get that off day like that, especially when you see the schedule coming up, it kind of adds that extra importance. And I know you told these guys to make sure they got some rest and we're ready to go for this stretch run.
Yeah, well, I was trying to keep that fact away from my wife, but thank you for announcing that over the PA system.
You're welcome.
Because she's in the ballpark.
That's what I'm here for.
So, yeah.
That's what I'm here for.
Kendra, I love you. I'll talk to you, I guess, in 2 months.
In September.
Yeah. But, yeah, no, I think it's actually a good thing for our guys to be able to find, a rhythm with what they're doing, especially since it's getting to warm up a little bit. Hopefully we'll heat up with the weather. Should be pretty good from here on out, although we may get some rain. But, when you get in the mode of, playing a game, not playing a game, good weather, bad weather, I think, it kind of messes with any sort of rhythm that you try to build. And, as it stands, we got a lot of games coming up, and we're going to have a lot of opportunities for guys to showcase what they can do.
You had a lot of guys from the Cardinals in town. And did any of them take credit for bringing this great weather up?
Not really, because I don't think the weather was that great in Florida, where a lot of them were. So a bunch of them were saying how nice it was here, and I was, whew,
good thing you
haven't been here the last month. But no, it's nice to get out and nice for our guys to get to run around a little bit and have some fun in the sun and. Hopefully summer's here to stay, right?
I guess DJ took that cold weather with him, so he can have it. But you get the guys in the Rovers and more eyeballs on these guys, so some more one-on-one in their positions, able to do some things. And out there for BP today, what were you guys looking to do? I know because of the day games, we weren't able to hit on the field Saturday, Sunday, had the off day yesterday. We won't be able to hit out there tomorrow with the 11 a.m. game, so kind of one day in a 4 or 5 day stretch and some extra eyes. So what were you looking for out there today?
Well, I think, like you mentioned, it's an extra set of eyes, and it's just a different perspective on the feedback our guys are getting. They hear my voice every day, they hear Carol's voice every day, they hear Russ's voice every day. So to hear somebody else's voice, it may be the same exact message, but being delivered in different words or in a different manner, I think that's a good thing. It's kind of like. With your parents, if you're always hearing the same thing from your parents, and then your favorite uncle comes into town and tells you the exact same thing, or your friends tell you something like that, you tend to listen and hone in on what they say. So I think it's a great thing. And, they help us out a lot, with the on-the-field work, but, it also gives another perspective for us when we go in after the game and discuss what we're seeing, whether what we're seeing is accurate or, if guys are getting better. Because a lot of these guys, they haven't seen them since spring training.
Right.
We've seen them every day, and so when they come in, the difference in the player or in their progress or regression might be a lot more tangible for the guys that haven't seen them in a month. Where we're seeing them every day, it's like a slower, gradual process, so it's not as noticeable. But for these guys that haven't seen them in 20 days or 30 days to come in and some adjustment has been made, that's a good thing because, if you're with them every day, you don't always notice it.
12 games in a row now against the other division teams that we won't see again this year unless we face them in the finals at the end of everything in September. West Michigan and South Bend here this week. We go to Bowling Green and Dayton. At this level, is it just, hey, we play the guy over there? You look at other levels, major leagues, obviously, stuff like that, and you can find out stuff on all those other guys, even if you only see them once. Here, it's not as easy to do, so it's just, hey, let's go play baseball.
Well, kind of. I think with our new technology, with TrackMan and all this stuff, we have a lot more information now. So it's a little bit more extensive than just go play. But I think there is something to that where, hey, look, we have a general idea of what these guys do, but we're only going to see them in person once. So you have to kind of trust your eyes a little bit when you get in the dugout and make adjustments on the fly. A lot quickly. I think, the message that we're giving them is a lot simpler just because we don't have as much information on these guys. But I think the information is consistent, just maybe to a lesser degree of specificity. And not to throw like all these SAT words out there. I know I just noticed that I'm using a lot of big words, but
that's your thing.
Yeah, I guess. Try to sound intelligent so people don't think that I'm. Yeah.
Is it a little different not to see Wisconsin? We played them 9 of the last 15 games, I think.
Yeah.
A little different to have some games and we don't see the same players in the same lineup every time around.
Yeah, I mean, when we left, I said, all right, I'll see you guys in July. Because, we got them all clustered in April, and, we won't see them again until the second half, which is odd. But, that's just the quirks of the schedule. We seem to have a little bit of success against them, so, it's kind of tragic that we're not facing them again. But it's just one of those things where, kind of the contrast of what you were talking about when we only seen these guys one time a year. We see them a lot in the span of a couple weeks, and so it becomes that chess match more like what these guys are going to see when they get to AA and it's only an 8-team league, or when they get to the big leagues and they're seeing the same team over and over again, through the years, that back and forth making adjustments to what guys are trying to do to them. So it was a good practice for them and a good experience for them going forward in their careers.
Our next road trip, we go to Bowling Green and Dayton. I know looking ahead is not something that managers do, but off the field type stuff. You look at the ballparks, and they're kind of different, give different perspectives. A lot of the fans that come here won't make that trek at all to Bowling Green and Dayton. Bowling Green, you guys have the clubhouse out in the outfield, so you walk in, and that's a little bit different to kind of do that. And then in Dayton, packed crowds, the loud horn when they hit a home run or they win. You went there last year, and just kind of your thoughts on both of those ballparks and what you enjoy about that, which is really our longest trip of the year.
Yeah. Well, like you said, they're both good atmospheres, kind of different from what we see on this side of the league. The Dayton trip I think is a great thing, especially for our guys to play in a place where there's constantly a buzz in the stadium. There's always people talking. There's always energy in there because they basically sell out every game. And then, in Bowling Green, it's a little bit of a quirky ballpark. So I think all of these things are, they're like outside of what we can control. We still talk about it's 6 pitchers mound 60 feet away, 90 feet away. So that we're kind of fighting against that. But it is a cool experience, something new, something that they're only going to see once this year, unless obviously we go back over there and play.
So Jason, I guess put the pressure on you in the Bowling Green series, though.
Oh yeah, with we're doing a series
battle for the barrel.
Yeah,
put some pressure on you.
We're wearing some weird
we're wearing our Steelers jerseys. Yeah, but
yeah, he's just making it a logistical nightmare for us.
Yes.
So we appreciate that. So thanks, Jason. You're the best.
Final one for you. Saturday, we've got Tony La Russa coming in here. Obviously, a Hall of Fame manager, a couple World Series with the Cardinals. You were in the organization when he was managing there. You guys are from the same town in Tampa, and obviously you've been around him before in some spring trainings and stuff like that. But if he's able to come down and talk to these guys, what do you want him to kind of pick from Tony in the time that he's here? And I know our fans are looking forward to seeing him and getting the autograph as well.
Yeah, I hope our guys get a chance to hear him speak. I know I did a couple times when I was a player, and it was really informative, and just the level of focus that he has and intensity, and passion for the game. It's something to be admired. So I know there's a lot of things that I'll take away from if he spends any time with us. That would be a great thing, and I hope our players take advantage of it as well. I know he's here as a promo for the fans and everything like that, but it would be a great experience if we got to interact with him, even if it's just to say hello, because his resume and what he's done speaks for itself, and I mean that's one of the most well-respected managers of all time. So anything we could pull from him would be awesome.
You get that Tampa pride too.
Yeah, absolutely.
There you go. Thanks, appreciate it. All right, Chris
No
Swauger.
problem. Sorry.
Yeah, it helps you use the mic right there. Yeah. Thanks, appreciate it.
All right.
Chris Swauger, our manager, getting ready for the game this evening. We did mention that Tony La Russa appearance here on Saturday night, and we've also got the Harrison Bader bobblehead, May the 4th be with you, in the Han Solo jersey on Friday as well. 11 a.m. tomorrow. We'll see you then. Thanks for coming out and spending your Tuesday with us here at Dozer Park.